Good morning, friends. All right, so as you can see, I'm about to go do my workout, but I wanted to pop on real quick to do a quick video for y'all. And today we're going to be doing things I wish I knew before going on Pop the Balloon or advice for those who are considering going on Pop the Balloon. And this is specifically in regards to Pop the Balloon with Arlette Amuli. And it films in the Phoenix, Arizona area, as you know, if you watch the show. Okay, so I did take some notes just because I do not want to forget anything. Okay, so the first one is I recommend if you're able to, if you're flying in from out of town, stay the night of filming. Originally, I was planning to fly in the night before filming, stay the night, film, and then fly home immediately after filming so that I wouldn't have to pay for another night at the hotel. I ended up deciding, like, no, I'm gonna stay the night of filming. That way, one, I'm not going to have to rush from filming to the airport. I wouldn't have to bring my suitcase to filming. And also, I would have an opportunity to go on a date with my match that night, assuming I got a match. So yeah, I'm really happy that I ended up staying because as you know, people on the episode are really from all over the United States. So I knew that if I got a match, chances of him being from Austin or even from Texas were fairly slim. So, yeah, if I was not able to go on a date that same night, in order to ever go on a date, like someone would have had to travel or both of us would have had to travel, which just I think brings down the chances of actually getting to go on the date. So, that's my recommendation for y'all. Okay, this is tied into that, but of course, if you're gonna go on the show to find love, like it's super important that you're very open to a long distance relationship because as I mentioned, like the people on the show are from all over the United States. So it's possible that you live in California and they live in New York, or a person you're interested in lives in New York. And yeah, on my episode 61, like I don't know if any of the women lived in any of the same even states as the men. Yeah, at least not full time. So that's just something to keep in mind. Okay. Next is you cannot control what happens on the episode. Like, as if you saw the episode I was in, like, I had no idea that that hair comment would be made or that it would draw the response it drew and that it would turn into this viral thing. So, and all of that happening undoubtedly changed like my experience one on the show and post show. And yeah, so going on the show, just know that like you're not in control of what happens on the show. Even the way that the viewership portrays what you do or say. You know, you might say one thing and mean it one way, but the world could see it in a completely different way. So, yeah, just be aware that that could happen. Okay? Then leading on to that is like there be aware that there's a good chance that you're going to get a lot of attention after the show. I've mentioned that I've gotten somewhere between 300 to 600, maybe more direct messages since the show has aired. I never thought I would have, maybe I thought I would get 100 messages. Never did I think I would get 3 to 600 plus messages. To be honest, I can't keep track. There are so many. Um yeah, and I never thought that I never thought that I would be in a viral clip, you know? And as I mentioned, the whole viral clip thing is what changed my whole experience. And leading on to that is I personally would recommend just not reading comments at all. Like, I know that I had seen some Catchup episodes where there were people who said that they did not read the comments that came out following their on their episode. I knew they said they didn't read them, but I had never heard someone say, "Don't read them." Because there's always gonna be the negative and the positive. And what I've realized from this whole thing is no matter like, what anyone has to say about you and your appearance on the show is based on their own past experiences. Like, everyone is just speaking from their own past experiences. So, yeah, you can't control what someone thinks of you. And I guess from my perspective, like reading negative things about yourself, it's just like super unhelpful and unconstructive. And reading positive comments, like, while yes, I appreciate them, just I think in general, hearing what a bunch of random people have to say about you is not the healthiest. Not the healthiest. Okay. The next one is don't get caught up in the drama following your episode. I made this mistake. Like, at first, with the whole hair thing, I was just kind of neither here nor there. And then after reading all these comments and seeing all these different perspectives on it, then that started to like shift my mentality around it. And suddenly, like, I was feeling like, oh, I want to speak about this. I want to get in on this. I want to like have a view on it. I want, people to hear my perspective. Yeah. And I just realized like, wait, now I'm basing my words off of what I heard from other strangers who were basing their words off their own perspective. So really in the end, y'all, I think always the answer is probably somewhere in the middle, you know? Like when there are two harsh sides, it's like make love, not war. Here's a side over here, here's a side over there. The answer is probably right here. And yeah, that is something I've learned from this. Like, don't get caught up in the drama because there will be drama. Like part of the show is like these viral moments. And I think it's easy to get caught up in that. And then like that just started affecting my mental health. In general, after the episode aired, I did feel an effect on my mental health. Actually, even after just filming and before the episode aired, it also did have a bit of an effect on my mental health. It's just like a lot. It's a lot. The whole experience for me personally, and I do feel things deeply, I would say. But yeah, just be sure that you have the mental fortitude. Be sure that you can handle people telling you things about yourself that they're not into because that will likely happen. So if you don't have a strong sense of self, if you're not confident in yourself, I would suggest working on that before going on the episode. I actually had a chat with myself before deciding that I wanted to go on. And that chat was like, okay, girl, like you going on, there's a very high chance that there are going to be men telling you things about yourself that they're not into, maybe even making rude comments to you. Like, is that something you can handle or is that going to hurt your self-confidence? And I was like, nah, I'm good. After seeing the show, I was like, no, I can handle that. It'll be fine. So yeah. I personally like Phoenix in general. If do I have any recommendations for you? I mean, I didn't plan much. I know that a few people from my episode did hot air balloon rides. I guess you can do them like they're super early in the morning, like a sunrise hot air balloon. You may have to be there at like 5 in the morning. So I know that's an option. I did not do that. I really didn't do all that much. I stayed right in downtown Phoenix and I personally thought it just was not the city for me. Just like a business district and there wasn't much going on. Maybe because it was so hot. That's another thing. Like be aware it's hot and it's real hot over there. Drink a lot of water, bring a hat. Like I wasn't out whenever I would go outside, I wouldn't be able to be out there for that too long. I would have to go back to my hotel and just like cool off. Oof, my voice. Yeah. I think oh, one other thing is if you do get a match, you there's a chance that you'll be asked to do a catch-up episode. I don't know if that's a requirement or not, but yeah, that's just one other thing to remember that if you get a match, then you will likely go on a follow-up episode, which I'm sure you've seen the catch-up episodes where they have the matches. Either it looks like sometimes they're in person and sometimes they're virtual. So, yes, everyone has been asking me, how did my date with Roman go? There will be a catch-up where you'll get to see that. Yeah, and then, I mean, all in all, how was my experience? I would say it was a pretty good experience. I definitely don't regret it. It took more of an emotional toll on me than I ever expected, but as I've mentioned, I do think that's because of being a part of the whole viral moment thing. That put, I think, way more of a spotlight on me than it would have if that viral moment didn't happen. I mean, I know that for a fact. So, yeah, and even though, like, I was just the person who the comment was made about, like, in that viral clip, I hardly say anything, I just say, "Fair enough." But even still, that was enough to get, to get hate to get hate to get hate messages, which is really interesting. So, yeah, I don't regret it, I definitely got quite a bit of followers on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube following the episode. Um, the women on the episode were great. There were 8 women total, including myself. There's one who I like keep in touch with and who I chat with regularly. So that's been a really great benefit or like a positive aspect of it as well. I know it's not pop the balloon and find friends, but it is cool that I went on pop the balloon and found a friend. Use ChatGPT to your advantage. Like as a free form of therapy, I do use ChatGPT. So after like the episode aired and I just like needed someone to chat with in that exact moment, ChatGPT was helpful. It was definitely helpful for me. In regards to outfit, I used Newly, which is like a rental service. So you can pick like 6 items and yeah, just wear them, use them for a month. So that's what I did so that I would have multiple options. That worked out well for me. Otherwise, all the women on the episode were basically wearing a dress. I think one woman was wearing a skirt and top, but it almost looked like a dress. And one woman was wearing jeans and a cute top. And yeah, I think that's about it. I think I've said that like 5 times, but now I'm for real. All right, y'all, time to go pump some iron. Is that what they say? I haven't been lifting weights, but maybe today I will. Or I normally just go for a jog these days, but yeah, I think I'll do some squats. I have some 5 and 10 pound dumbbells. I also have 20 pounds, but I haven't used those for a while, so I should probably not use them and build up my strength again. But I hope y'all have an amazing day. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know if you have any other questions. I can't answer questions about my match because that's going to be in the catch up episode. So remember that. But much love to you all. Thank you for being here. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next week. Bye.